Hi guys, and welcome back again to my channel and to another video, and if you are new, welcome to the Appalachian home. So in today's video I wanted to show you how you can make this simple fall banner at home, and I just used my sewing machine and some really pretty fall fabrics. The materials you're going to need for this is 1/2 yard of solid color and 1/2 yard of print fabric. You also need 2 yards of some kind of ribbon and 1/4 yard of material for backing, but that is optional. You'll also need some heat and bond interfacing, and I used the medium weight. And I also have this pattern for these triangles that you're going to be cutting out with your banner. I will link that below to my website where you can go on there and find that. So I'm just cutting out my first triangle, and these are going to be the large triangles, and the pattern will include a 1/2 inch seam allowance, and you will need that seam allowance to sew these together. So I'm just marking out 6 sets of triangles. There will be 6 front pieces and 6 back pieces, and I'm going to cut these out together. Now I'm marking and cutting the interfacing that I will iron onto the large triangles to add some support, and I'll also include this in the pattern. You will only need 6 of these. Now I'm lining up the top of the interfacing to the top of one orange square, and I'm making sure to leave 1/2 inch around the edges. I'm using a scrap piece of fabric, and then I'm just placing my iron over the top and ironing it. And you want to make sure that when you place your interfacing, you're placing it the sticky side down. So I'm just doing that for 6 of the orange squares. Next, I take a second orange or large square, and I place the 2 right sides together, and I just sew them together along the edge of the interfacing, or about 1/2 inch seam allowance. And if you want to check out a video of how I do this, I will leave a card up in the top of the screen and you can check that out. So once I have these sewed together, I'm just kind of removing the extra fabric. That makes it easier to get a nice pointed tip when you turn these inside out. Now I cut out the small triangles, and the pattern will include a seam allowance, but I forgot to add it to this triangle, so I'm adding it as I cut. But I cut out 6 of these small triangles, and if you want to make the backs of these the same material as the front, you can cut out 12. I'm just using a plain fabric for the back because I didn't want to waste printed fabric to place on the back. And again, I sewed those right sides together with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So now I have all of my triangles complete, and I'm ready to put them together, and I'm just using this thin wired ribbon I found at Hobby Lobby. It was 40% off, and that's also where I found all of my fabrics. I'm going to attach the top of the ribbon to the tops of both triangles. I attached my triangles to the ribbon with pins, and I spaced them about 1 inch apart. I left an extra foot of ribbon on each end when I sewed these together, and I sewed them together about 1/8 inch inside the edges. Just make sure when you do this that you catch all of your edges. The last thing I did was create some loops on the ends with the extra ribbon. That way you can hang it easily on nails or pegs or whatever you would like to hang it on. And I just tacked those together with my sewing machine. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it brought you some inspiration and ideas. I hope that if you are new, you'll subscribe to my channel and check out more videos in the future. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for watching my videos, and I will see you in the next one.